What if I told you that by the time you turn 80, your body could have lost half of its muscle without you even realizing it? This isn't just aging. It's a condition called sarcopenia, and it quietly strips over 50 million older adults of their strength, independence, and ability to live on their own terms. Every year, more than 300,000 seniors end up in the hospital because weak muscles cause them to fall. But here's the part no one tells you. A breakthrough study in the Journal of Physiology has completely shattered the myth that this level of muscle loss is just part of getting older. Because while most 70 and 80-year-olds struggle with basic tasks like standing up from a chair or climbing stairs, there's a small group of people who seem to defy age entirely. They still hike. They still play sports. They live independently into their 90s, and in strength tests, they often outperform people half their age. So, what's their secret? The truth is, 93% of older adults have no idea which habit could not only slow age-related muscle loss but actually reverse it. Even most doctors never bring it up, according to experts at Harvard Medical School and the Mayo Clinic. In fact, what science now shows to be essential for staying strong as we age is the exact opposite of what many doctors still recommend. And if you're doing this one thing wrong every day, you could be unknowingly activating genes that accelerate muscle breakdown. But here's the good news. Fixing this mistake could be the difference between spending your golden years active and independent or relying on others for basic help. So, stick with us, because in this video, we'll break down the one habit that could change how you age starting today. If you're ready to stay strong, stay sharp, and stay free, go ahead and like this video, hit subscribe, and drop a comment to let us know where you're watching from. Now, let's get started. Habit number 7, hormetic stress. Here's a habit that might seem completely counterintuitive, yet it's something most healthy 80-year-olds have in common. They deliberately expose their bodies to controlled stress. Not the emotional kind, but something known as hormetic stress, the type that doesn't harm you but actually makes you stronger. It's nature's way of toughening the body in small, manageable doses. When done right, it sends powerful signals that trigger healing, growth, and defense mechanisms throughout the body. Researchers at the Buck Institute for Research on Aging discovered that short bursts of specific stress can activate survival genes. These genes help repair cells, preserve muscle mass, and even support new muscle growth, even in people well into their 80s. One of the most effective stressors is temperature variation. Quick exposure to heat or cold can prompt the body to protect and strengthen itself. For example, ending your shower with 30 to 60 seconds of cold water or spending time in a cold plunge can activate brown fat and stimulate mitochondrial function. Saunas and hot baths work in a similar way by triggering heat shock proteins, which help repair muscle cells and protect them from damage. A large study from Finland found that people who used saunas 4 to 7 times a week experienced 40% less muscle loss over 10 years compared to those who didn't. Another form of beneficial stress is intermittent fasting. This isn't about extreme dieting. It simply means eating within an 8 to 10 hour window each day. Giving the body a break from constant digestion allows it to enter a state of autophagy, where it clears out damaged cells. According to research from the Salk Institute, this habit can improve mitochondrial activity in muscle tissue by up to 10% in just 12 weeks 7 without weight loss. Then there's isometric training. This involves pushing or pulling against a fixed object for just 5 to 10 seconds at full effort. These short, intense muscle contractions send a powerful message. Maintain muscle. Don't break it down. It's a simple way to preserve strength without stressing the joints. What makes these habits powerful isn't just the intensity, but the recovery that follows. When spaced out properly, these stressors activate key longevity genes like FOXO and sirtuins, both critical for maintaining muscle and resilience as we age. The key is not to overdo it. Start small and build gradually. You don't want to overwhelm your system. Instead, focus on consistent, manageable efforts that your body can adapt to over time. Done right, these small challenges can unlock a level of strength and vitality you didn't think was possible, no matter your age. If that inspired you, give this video a like and let us know in the comments what's one healthy stress you're willing to try this week. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Habit number 6, protein timing strategy. When it comes to preserving muscle as we age, most people focus on how much protein they're eating. But here's the surprising truth. The timing of your protein intake might matter even more than the amount. Scientists call this age-related challenge anabolic resistance. It means that as we get older, our muscles don't respond to protein the way they used to. The solution isn't just eating more, but spreading protein throughout the day. Most older adults make a simple but critical mistake. They load up on protein at dinner, while breakfast and lunch remain light. The problem is that your body has a limited window for building muscle around 3 to 4 hours after each meal. If you miss that window during the day, you're losing opportunities to maintain or build muscle. The fix? Distribute your meals more evenly and aim for 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein at every meal. So instead of starting your day with cereal or toast, go for eggs, Greek yogurt, or a protein smoothie. Lean meats, fish, dairy, or plant-based sources like lentils and beans should be included in lunch and dinner as well. This simple timing shift can increase muscle protein synthesis by up to 25%, even without changing your workout routine or lifestyle. In one 12-week study from the University of Texas, participants who followed this strategy gained, on average, 1.2 pounds of muscle just by adjusting when they ate protein. So if you're hoping to stay stronger or fight off age-related muscle loss, it's not just about eating protein. When you eat, it makes all the difference. Habit number 5, optimize your vitamin D levels. Did you know that over 80% of older adults are missing what scientists now call the muscle vitamin? Vitamin D deficiency is quietly becoming one of the most common and overlooked causes of muscle weakness in people over 60. But vitamin D isn't just about bone health. According to researchers at Harvard, this vitamin actually activates genes that are responsible for muscle growth and repair. Your muscle cells have specific receptors for vitamin D, and when those receptors are switched on, they kickstart the process of building and preserving lean mass. In fact, a groundbreaking study in JAMA Internal Medicine found that seniors with optimal vitamin D levels had over 25% more muscle strength than those who were deficient. They also had better balance, faster reaction times, and improved coordination, all of which are key to preventing falls. A level below 20 nanograms per milliliter is considered deficient, but those who age gracefully, what some call superagers, consistently maintain levels above 40 nanograms per milliliter. So, how do you get there? While sunlight is a great natural source, our ability to produce vitamin D through the skin drops by nearly 50% between the ages of 20 and 65. That means what used to be enough might no longer cut it. The standard daily recommendation of 600 IU is far too low for most older adults. Instead, many experts now suggest 2,000 to 4,000 IU per day, depending on your individual needs and lab results. Adding vitamin D-rich foods to your meals like fatty fish, egg yolks, and fortified dairy can help support your levels. Try to get 15 to 20 minutes of midday sun exposure when possible. But for many, supplementation is necessary. Here's something important most people miss. High doses of vitamin D need to be balanced with vitamin K2. K2 helps direct calcium away from your arteries and into your bones, where it belongs. Without enough of it found in fermented foods and certain animal products, you could risk calcium buildup in the wrong places. That's why it's essential to talk to your doctor about getting a simple blood test. Once you know your baseline, aim to keep your vitamin D level above 40 nanograms per milliliter to help protect your muscles as you age. Sometimes, the simplest nutrients make the biggest difference. Habit number 4. Control inflammation daily. So what's one thing that sets truly healthy older adults apart? It turns out they tend to have something in common that isn't always obvious: surprisingly low levels of inflammation throughout the body. Scientists now recognize that chronic low-grade inflammation, often called inflammaging, is one of the key drivers behind age-related muscle loss. It silently breaks down muscle protein faster than your body can rebuild it. But that's not all. Inflammation also blocks the body's natural anabolic signals, the very ones that help you build muscle in response to exercise and protein intake. According to a major study from Tufts University, older adults with the highest inflammation levels lost muscle mass 3 times faster than those with the lowest levels, regardless of how much they exercised or how much protein they consumed. So how do superagers keep inflammation in check? First, they make sleep a non-negotiable priority. They go to bed at the same time each night and sleep in a completely dark room. Why? Because poor sleep can spike inflammatory cytokines by up to 40%, accelerating muscle decline. Second, they take gut health seriously. Emerging research from the University of California shows that age-related changes in gut bacteria are a major trigger for full-body inflammation. To fight this, superagers eat 30 or more different plant-based foods each week, along with natural sources of probiotics like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and other fermented foods. They also get plenty of fiber from a wide range of sources every single day. Third, they exercise with intention. Regular movement is essential, but too much high-intensity training can backfire and increase inflammation. Most fit older adults stick to moderate activity most days of the week, with brief high-intensity sessions just once or twice. And finally, they rely on natural anti-inflammatory nutrients to support their system. They consume 2 to 3 grams of omega-3s per day from fatty fish or supplements, and include turmeric, curcumin, and antioxidant-rich foods like berries, green tea, and extra virgin olive oil in their meals. A simple blood test, called high-sensitivity C-reactive protein or HSCRP, can help you measure your inflammation level. While the average older adult might have a reading between 3 to 5 milligrams, superagers tend to keep theirs below 1.0. That's a number worth aiming for, because inflammation doesn't just steal strength, it speeds up aging from the inside out. Habit number 3. Take specific vitamins that support muscle. When we talk about nutrition and aging, most of the spotlight tends to fall on the big players: protein, carbs, and fats. But those who maintain incredible strength well into their 70s, 80s, and beyond pay attention to something most people overlook: micronutrients. Why do they matter so much? Because even with a perfect workout routine and enough protein in your diet, your body simply can't build or maintain muscle without certain key nutrients working in the background. These micronutrients act like switches. If they're missing, the entire muscle-building process stalls. One of the most important? Magnesium. Researchers at the University of Vermont call it the forgotten electrolyte for muscle health. It's involved in over 300 enzyme reactions linked to muscle function, and yet, more than 70% of older adults are deficient. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors with healthy magnesium levels had 30% stronger grip strength and significantly better physical performance than those with even slightly low levels. That's why superagers don't just rely on supplements, they also fill their plates with magnesium-rich foods like dark leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and even a bit of dark chocolate. And when they do supplement, they opt for highly absorbable forms like magnesium glycinate or magnesium threonate nut, the cheaper, less effective versions found in most drugstore vitamins. Next up is creatine. Contrary to popular belief, this isn't just for bodybuilders. For older adults, taking 3 to 5 grams of creatine daily has been shown to improve muscle mass, strength, and even cognitive function without needing to change your workout. Researchers at McMaster University have confirmed this since 2015. Creatine helps increase energy production and muscle cell hydration, both critical for maintaining an anabolic or muscle-building environment as we age. Then there's vitamin B12, especially in its active form, methylcobalamin. As we get older, Our stomachs produce less acid, which means we absorb B12. To make matters worse, common medications like proton pump inhibitors and metformin deplete B12 levels even more. And when B12 runs low, both your nervous system and muscle energy production can take a serious hit. That's why the most effective seniors supplement with methylcobalamin, not the cheaper synthetic form found in many multivitamins. But that's not all. They also ensure optimal levels of key minerals like zinc, selenium, and chromium, which support protein synthesis and insulin sensitivity, both crucial for getting nutrients into muscle cells. A long-term study from Tufts University showed that maintaining ideal levels of these trace minerals was associated with a 22% higher likelihood of preserving muscle mass over 5 years. And here's a smart twist. Instead of guessing, many superagers invest in micronutrient testing to pinpoint exactly what their bodies need. This personalized approach allows them to skip unnecessary supplements and target only what works, saving money and boosting results. When it comes to building and keeping strong muscles, it's not just about eating right and moving more. It's about giving your body the precise tools it needs to do the job down to the molecule. Habit number 2, preserve your neuromuscular connections. Here's a surprising truth that most older adults never hear about. When you lose muscle with age, it's not just the muscle fibers breaking down. In many cases, the real problem lies in the fading connection between your brain and your body. Your neuromuscular junctions act like electrical sockets. They're the points where nerves plug into your muscles and tell them to move. But starting around age 60, these connections begin to break down faster than most people realize. And no matter how much protein you eat or how often you exercise, if those nerve-to-muscle signals aren't firing properly, your body can't build or maintain strength. That's what researchers at the University of Michigan discovered when they studied a group of exceptionally healthy seniors known as superagers. What made them different wasn't just stronger muscles. It was the fact that their neuromuscular pathways stayed sharp, allowing their brains to fully recruit muscle fibers when needed. Even more exciting, scientists have identified specific behaviors that help preserve and even restore these vital connections. Instead of just lifting weights or walking, these individuals engaged in coordinated, purposeful movements that challenged both body and brain. Activities like Tai Chi, dancing, tennis, or even ping pong forced the nervous system to communicate precisely with muscles, improving control and responsiveness. A 2020 study found that older adults who practiced coordination-based activities twice per week maintained neuromuscular connections 31% better than those who stuck to traditional workouts. And it goes deeper than movement. Certain nutrients have shown promise in protecting these nerve muscle links. Alpha-lipoic acid and acetyl L-carnitine can guard against oxidative damage, while compounds like benfotiamine, a form of vitamin B1, and huperzine A, from Chinese club moss, help boost acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter your brain uses to activate muscles. Superagers also incorporate simple breathwork into their daily routine. Practicing something like box breathing for just 5 minutes a day, inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4 can stimulate the vagus nerve, enhancing neuromuscular communication by up to 15%. And here's what might be the most fascinating part. Challenging your brain may help you preserve your muscles. A major study from Columbia University found that older adults who regularly engaged in mentally demanding activities like learning new skills, solving puzzles, or playing memory games maintained better muscle function than those who didn't. That's because the brain and neuromuscular system share many of the same signaling pathways. So when you train your brain, you're also indirectly strengthening your body's ability to move. With a few smart strategies, targeted movement, key nutrients, mindful breathing, and cognitive stimulation, you can keep your neuromuscular system strong and responsive even into your 80s and beyond. It's not just about muscles. It's about keeping the line of communication open between mind and movement, because that's where real strength begins. Habit number 1. Build muscle through progressive resistance training. This is it. The single most powerful habit that separates exceptionally strong 80-year-olds from those who struggle with basic daily tasks. According to leading researchers at Tufts University, it's been called the most effective anti-aging medicine ever discovered. And it doesn't come in a pill. It comes in the form of targeted resistance training built over time, but not the kind most seniors are doing. While many older adults stick to light dumbbells, water aerobics, or long walks, these super-agers follow a very different approach, one that intentionally pushes their muscles to adapt, grow, and resist breakdown. You see, muscle follows a strict rule: use it or lose it. But here's the part most people miss: to keep it. You have to keep challenging it. Maintaining the same moderate routine week after week, lifting the same weight, walking the same path won't preserve muscle mass after age 60. In fact, it can lead to stagnation. So what exactly do super-agers do differently? First, they train for intensity, not duration. A groundbreaking study from McMaster University showed that just 2 weeks of high-effort resistance training to the point of temporary muscular failure led to more muscle gain in older adults than 5 weeks of moderate training. This moment of temporary failure, where you can't complete another rep with proper form, triggers a powerful anabolic response, kickstarting muscle protein synthesis for up to 72 hours after the workout. Second, they focus on compound movements. That means exercises that work multiple muscle groups at once, like squats, rows, pushes, and pulls, instead of isolated movements like bicep curls or leg extensions. These compound lifts create a stronger hormonal response, engage more of the body at once, and better support balance, mobility, and joint function. Third, they apply progressive overload, the cornerstone of lasting strength. That means increasing the challenge over time. More weight, more reps, more control. Doing the same exercises with the same weight, month after month, won't cut it. Your muscles adapt quickly, and progress stalls. Super-agers track their workouts and aim to improve, even if it's just 1 more rep, 1 extra pound, or 1 slower descent. Speaking of descent, here's something else they emphasize: eccentric training. That's the lowering phase of an exercise, like slowly lowering a weight after a lift. Eccentric movements place deeper tension on the muscle without overloading the joints, making them incredibly effective for older adults. And the results are astonishing. In a landmark study from the University of Alabama, seniors who followed a 12-week progressive resistance program saw a 35% increase in strength and gained an average of 3.3 pounds of muscle without any other lifestyle changes. And it didn't stop there. They also showed improvements in cognitive function, bone density, and blood sugar control, confirming what science has suspected all along. Strong muscle equals a stronger, healthier you. So if you're over 60 and you've been told to just stay active, that's not enough. You need to progressively challenge your muscles safely, intentionally, and consistently. Because real strength isn't about lifting heavy. It's about refusing to fade. So what's the biggest mistake most retirees make? They assume resistance training is either too risky or no longer relevant. But the real danger lies in avoiding it. Because without it, muscle loss accelerates, increasing the risk of weakness, falls, and losing the ability to live independently. If you only take one thing from this video, make it this: start progressive strength training. And if you're unsure how to begin, talk to a certified trainer first. Then ease into it, gradually increasing intensity based on your current fitness level. Just 2 30-minute sessions per week can have a powerful impact on how you age and how long you stay strong. The 7 habits we covered today are backed by science, and they help explain why some people in their 80s still have the muscle power of someone half their age. Start with the habit that feels easiest for you. Then add more as you build confidence. Remember, every small effort you make today is an investment in strength, freedom, and independence for years to come. Now it's your turn. Are you already doing any of these habits? Which one surprised you the most? Do you know someone in their 70s or 80s who still amazes you with their strength? Drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your story. Tell us where you're tuning in from and which habit you're ready to commit to. Thanks so much for spending time with us. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. Stay strong and keep moving forward.